looking over that wall. Oh, that doo-doo, man.
So when we get with these women, Jason, what would your math be? You know who Jason is. You got deductive reasoning. Go ahead. Tell me what you would say to the women, Jay. Sin?
That's in a roster?
Nah, you get with a woman and she's only trying to have sex with you now 2 or 3 days a week now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want this monogamous relation, but y'all even did the math. We did the math together.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all know he getting boxed at least 6 days a week. And now they start rationing it to us, Jason.
Boy, y'all must be talking about some top guy. Everyone agreed that like a guy is getting the JJ 6 days out the week. That's a lot. Y'all must not be talking about the average guy.
What you telling them, B? Talk your shit, huh?
We're gonna have to add a second one into the mix.
Go ahead. You say you
I
doing
don't know why y'all scared to say it. We're gonna have to add a second one into the mix. Listen. I be saying these men need to be honest. I'm gonna be the honest one. I'm just gonna be straight up. If you can't give me sex every day, we just gonna add it. We're gonna add a second one, babe.
And that's what I said, Jalen. I said I'm gonna go find it. If you ain't giving it, I'm gonna go find it.
I'm not gonna cheat, you know. I'm not gonna cheat.
Now,
if I'm a nigga, I'm a cheat because
nah, bro, I can't cheat, bro.
That's what niggas do.
Nah, bro.
Yo, goddamn.
So I mean, I'm a cheat because
I'm trying to be the wholesome nigga that's not trying to cheat. But if all else fails, I will cheat.
Jesus.
But I'm trying not to. That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm being honest first.
I'm with Jayla. I'm gonna be honest first, and if it don't work, I'm a cheat.
Okay, so what does it sound like? Like, hey, baby.
Like for me, starting off, like I'm gonna tell her, like, I'm gonna have to bust that down a couple times a week. Like,
what? Okay, or what? Like, or you gotta finish it though, because
that's what I need. So you gotta give me that.
But what if I don't, babe? Look, you know what I mean? Like,
then she said she's gonna cheat. If she was the guy, she would cheat. I want to hear the rest of them give their answers now. Like, I want to hear Coach answer. I want to hear Roderick answer. I want to hear Alex, Calvin, Ishmael. I want to hear everyone answer, but no one else is answering except for Sean and Jason. That's funny that he made them all the guy names, but I want to hear them answer now. Because those two already said what they're going to do. Jay said that I'm leaving or I'm going to cheat. Sean said, I'm going to cheat. That's the answer.
But what if you don't? What you mean?
This may be risky because
you're not going to tell her, oh, I'm going to find some more.
Yes, I am.
No, I am. I literally.
I'm about to say yes, I am because one thing I felt like if
what I look like being a simp.
If a man is honest, I feel like they have more range. So I'm gonna tell her, like, this is what I need, or I don't. It ain't gonna work for me, and either she's gonna get on, like CJ like to say, the program, or she not.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We ain't in the business of keeping hoes. We
niggas. We
get more hoes. We don't keep them. We just get more. They're replaceable.
I must be a
period. I mean, not period. Straight up. There we go. I'm a man today. My bad.
Look, Jalen, and I'm saying we niggas today, so that's how it goes.
Okay, so now let me ask you, fellas, Roderick, how many women are listening to us say that?
I'm dead.
How many women are really, do we think that's going to be palatable to? Just quote unquote the truth.
Not many. They're gonna be like, all right, then go. And I'm gonna leave. They're not gonna accept you cheating on them.
So talk Jason doing, how he really gonna act?
Oh, well, you just gave me an option to cheat, so I'll just cheat up front. What you mean?
You say you say you're gonna keep it tall, but we know women ain't gonna listen to that.
You said it ain't gonna work though, so I'm gonna cheat. How about that?
Yeah, and
go ahead.
Ain't no.
Wait, hold on. Ain't nobody else answering this question right now. I want some more answers. Like, can someone else answer it?
Removing options.
If it don't work, if it don't work, then I'm gonna move around. I'm gonna find somebody else that work for it.
See, why would I move around though?
Because if she's not gonna do what I need for her to do, there's plenty other people that will.
You're pretty honest.
I feel like women outnumber men, so it's easy for men to replace us than it is for us to replace men.
God damn.
What? Wait a minute.
We men today, Tavius.
So I'm just saying, if I know it's like a petifer or whatever, I know I fucked up the word, my bad.
Whoa, a petifer. Oh boy, that's not the word.
Women out there, then it's like what they say, it's plenty of fish in the sea. I'm gonna go find me another fish. I'm a hook.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It sounds like y'all been messing with some H niggas.
You know what I'm saying? No, this thing.
I want someone else to answer.
Listen, I tried the wholesome response. He said,
but as a whole, as a majority, because you know y'all love to use the majority and the minority. The majority of niggas, oh for sure.
But I thought the majority of niggas ain't getting none. They said they ain't getting none.
They lying. That's the thing. They lying.
Wow. Okay.
That's not a lie. It's not a lie at all. So y'all are talking about the average. Y'all niggas up here actually believe the average guy is getting all types of booty? That's not. If the average guy was getting all types of nasty time, if he was getting it every day, I don't think marriage would actually happen. It don't make no sense. It really don't make sense. So they believe the average guy is getting all this poontang. Okay, I'm confused at a different level right now. A different level.
I'm seeing two people that just walked down the road today, and you wouldn't even think they could get somebody, and they got each other. So they lying.
Yo.
Yeah, so like I said, it's either we're gonna cheat or tell the truth. You know, option to leave. Why would I leave for? She even did 2 to 3 times a week. I just replace her for the other extra 3 I need with another.
Y'all sound like some heartless dudes.
Oh really? Oh really?
Y'all sound like heartless dudes.
Roderick, I'm getting y'all what the internet is saying.
Well, first off, hold on, ladies. Hold on.
Roddy Rod.
My name is Jason.
So Roddy Rod, here's what they doing, right? They trying to play sarcastic, right? But the drill is you are in men's shoes.
Right. So y'all want to be the men that y'all talk about. Y'all don't like.
No,
that's what it sounds like. Y'all want.
All right, first off, that's true. They are trying to be the men women say they don't like. That's what they are. But the only thing is, they're being honest. If you are a guy, you're talking to a lady, and now you only finna get poontang 2 times a week when you could have been getting it more than that. I don't think the average guy is, but you could have been getting it more than that. Why wouldn't you just say, you know, I don't go talk to some other geezers out here. You know, I didn't sign up for no 2 times a week. I ain't never signed up for that. They're being honest about that. Okay. You saying you only want to do it 2 times a week, but you wanted me not to talk to other women is crazy. That's bad. Crazy. But they're being honest, but they are wanting the guys that they also don't like. And Roderick, you didn't answer the question. Don't think I forgot about that. None of these other women on this panel answered that question, and I'm waiting for that answer. So right now, what you're about to do is try to check these 2 without answering the question. I've been watching this whole time. So y'all gonna answer the question.
Want to be the men that y'all talk about y'all don't like.
Said I would tell the truth.
Nitty gritty. I don't talk about them. You ain't never hear me bash a black man on this internet. We ain't about to do that.
When I say y'all, I'm not talking about like specifically. I'm just saying the stuff that I hear.
Majority, oh no, for sure. But I'm saying if this is what the majority is saying, because the majority say, "Oh, niggas ain't shit." I can't relate to that. But if that's what the majority is saying, I'm gonna give y'all what the majority of females are saying. So yeah, apparently this is how it's going because that's what the majority is saying. The internet said that us females think that niggas ain't shit.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me right now, you yourself, you want a guy that if you say that you don't want to do something, he go out and sleep with other women. You're saying you want that guy. You're saying you're perfect fine with dating that guy. Let's be honest. No, you're not. No, you're not. This is disingenuous right now.
Am I wrong?
No, I don't think the men are saying that exactly. I think we like to hear what we want to hear when it comes to what the men are saying. Because I've had plenty of conversations with the men and I got exactly what they were saying. And it wasn't that women ain't this and women ain't that. It's the type of women that they're talking about. They're not talking about women as a whole.
No, what I'm saying is that this is what they say that we say. Now, granted, I don't have friends and nor do I sit around and say men ain't shit. But when I hear men talk, this is what I hear them say. And I'm not being like, I don't know. Maybe I just be on like the back end of the conversation, but they be saying that we say they ain't shit, so I be confused because I ain't never say that. But
I mean, we say that, and then I mean, now that we have a chance to be the guy, what kind of guy are we gonna be? I think that's more so what we should put out more than being like, oh, I'm gonna cheat, oh, I'm gonna do this, oh, I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean?
No, wait, hold on. Y'all ain't answering the questions though. Those two are the only ones who had the breasticles to answer the question. The rest of y'all stayed quiet. Y'all just kept smiling and judging silently. Don't be checking two people who at least answered the question. I don't like it when people do that. You don't get to just hide in the mist. And as soon as y'all find somebody to judge, then you come out and say something. That's wild. Now, I want to be on Roderick's side or whatever her name is. I want to be on her side. But guess what? The only thing is I can't be because you didn't answer the question. I'm not going to judge the person who had the kahuna or the breasticles to answer the question. I don't know if kahunas is the right word, but I'm not going to judge that person. I'd rather judge the person who don't say nothing and then try to judge people. What kind of wild shit is that?
Your thesis
I was literally trying to be funny
because you're married. Okay, we out here living a single life.
Yeah, you a super nigga.
You
All right?
know what I'm saying?
I'm not.
You married and shit.
All right.
Y'all love this in the space of the minority and the majority. I was talking for the minority. But you know, I can switch to the majority or I could be in the middle. You know, him.
No, it's not. It's this. You are in the guy's shoes. This is what happens, right? When we get in these relationships and niggas is saying, I'm not getting sex, this, that, and the third. We literally did the math of how now these guys are being like pigeonholed into whatever she thinks should be ration to him. But we just did the math on the fact that you know he probably got access to box at least 6 days a week. What is your response? Are you stepping out? Are you leaving her? Are you telling her, yo, I need access or else? Are you telling her you're gonna add somebody? What you gonna do in the situation which you want?
I think if you have the conversation with her and she's still not, forthcoming, you're trying to do things to get her more aroused, to get back to, having more often. At that point, realistically, what else can you do other than acquiesce, step out, or leave?
What would you do?
Realistically, I would have the conversation.
Oh my God.
If all else fails, if nothing I am doing is working for her to get her back, more than likely to get.
It's no get her back. She was only sleeping with you 2 times a week the whole time. But then she wanted for y'all to be in a relationship, but she don't want to add in her numbers. She don't want to add in for the other days. There's no get her back. And check this out. This ain't no negotiation, my dear. I don't negotiate not to pay the bills in a house. I don't do that. You're not gonna negotiate with my dingus, okay? I want the JJ. So guess what? I get the JJ. If you say I'm too tired, fine then. We add in another wife, baby. That's how that going. We add in another lady, or I'm finna go out there and go mess with these skeezers out here. That's what's finna happen. We ain't doing no negotiation. Just because Roderick checked y'all about whatever she did, even though she didn't answer the question, that don't mean you and Sean or Sana, I don't know her name, that don't mean y'all get to change y'all answers now. All right, Y'all were at least being honest. Don't stop being honest now because Roderick said something. The lady who happened to be married.
Yeah. So she started off having sex frequently, right? And then it dialed down.
No.
You having sex with all the other women you have access to. You didn't get a monogamous thing. You know what I'm saying? And you let her. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
You know, and now you have it all day, as many days a week as you had access to. We did the math. Simple math is 6.
Yeah.
Now she talking about 2 should be enough and shit like that. That's really what be going on. Now you the person subject to that. Because you're a nigga today, remember?
If she a good enough woman, I would just acquiesce.
Oh my God.
My real answer. I would acquiesce.
Jesus Christ.
That's such a lie. Oh my God, that's such a lie. This is, I'm getting triggered.
That's a problem too. Wait, hold up. What? So what's the right answer? Because that's really my answer. I would acquiesce. I'm gonna be honest.
That's not really her answer.
These streets are horrible. They're written in brimstone and fire. Why would I go back out there when she good?
That's messed up.
I don't know.
Listen, go ahead, Lex. Which
I'm just saying.
Why Lex?
Hey Lex, don't change your name no more.
Hey, but my name is a gender neutral name.
I don't know if it is or not, but I know
Alex
is a good name.
Oh,
Alex is
okay.
mad crazy. That's why my mom gave me an IS because she didn't want nobody calling me Alex. But nah. So I'm just gonna tell you, like, if we not married, I think marriage is different. But if we dating, nah, baby, you either I'm not going down to 2 days a week. What you thought? No, I'm gonna give me another, and I'm gonna come to you nice.
Marriage isn't different. My dingling don't start to say, okay, we're married, so I'm only going to be in you twice. That's not how that works. My drive does not change until I become like an extra old man, unless I work out every day and I keep taking my L-arginine or L-citrulline. If I keep taking that, I allow you're gonna have extra more. You'll have some more years under your belt dealing with me. That doesn't happen because of marriage. When did signing a piece of paper or putting a ring on somebody now made my dingus say that, well, you know what, this is who we gonna deal with and only deal with her twice instead of all those other booties out there? That doesn't happen.
Be like, hey, like, you know, this is because I probably told you when, like, I like to have sex, and now you want to go down to 2 days a week. We only dating. Go find you a 2 days a week person. That ain't me.
See, that's what I was about to say. Like, if we married, then that's a different thing. Like, I'm gonna take my vows more serious.
Oh my God!
If we not married, yeah, you gotta get with it, or we're gonna have to figure something out. Maybe we not the person for each other, because if I like to have sex, you gotta like to have sex too.
Yeah, I told you that.
I feel like if it's a relationship or a marriage, is more so dutiful, right? To make sure you are serving your partner. Like, I don't think it's to
not
me,
a partner, but thank you.
So
it's no question. Hey, babe, I want it 4 times a week. Okay,
but that's the thing.
Thank you.
Or she gonna make it happen. Whether it be some top one day because you don't feel like it, or whatever the case may be, but it's going to happen. Like, you have the conversation about what your expectation is in the beginning, so there's no confusion. And then if there is an issue, okay, speak up. Tell me something. You know, if it's
2 days a week, including the top.
No, I mean, I'm just saying in place of it, if that's the case, if something's going on, or if we can't make it to that number this week, then there needs to be some kind of additional activities going on to supplement
something.
I'm not getting in a relationship.
Isn't that kind of a form of like acquiescence?
DJ Harry, it's
Wait,
2
go
days.
ahead, Ishmael. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I'm not getting in a relationship if my needs are not getting met. That's if she can't, if we have a conversation and she's like, oh, I want to be in a relationship, then of course I was able to see if she throwing that thing like she's supposed to before we got in a relationship. If she ain't hitting it like that, then ain't no need to get in a relationship.
That's the thing, though.
With women, do they ever turn the tide on you?
Yeah, they do.
Then you let her know, listen, what happened? I got needs.
I'm saying,
You're trying to talk to somebody who don't want to do it. That's why the conversation is, what would you do if she don't want to do it? Those other two, Sean and Jason, not their real names, but they said the honest truth, which is I'm leaving, we're going to add another wife, or I'm cheating. That's what happens. There is no we about to talk about it, okay? Why are we doing some talking if I ain't finna talk about the other stuff with you too? I don't want to work every single day, my dear, but I got to.
Saying though, but do you see that happening? You and your man?
You get comfortable, yeah. And she get comfortable. If she's getting comfortable, then listen, you getting comfortable. So I'm gonna get comfortable not paying these bills. I'm gonna get comfortable not doing what you want me to do for you until you get comfortable doing what you were supposed to do in the first place.
Yeah, but you got your man Jason in the corner on his simp shit talking about, yo, she good, so just acquiesce and just deal with it 2 days a week though.
And they
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm happy that she said I'm gonna get comfortable not paying these bills. Okay, thank you for saying that. But even though I said that same thing, just like you, I'm gonna let you know right now, you can't do that because then she's gonna leave and take half your stuff. Then she's gonna leave and take half of everything because you chose not to do something, even though she did it first.
be miserable.
Just supplement with other shit, you know. Top.
What's the other? So the 2 days a week is not including the other.
Hell no, that's not. No.
No. Top don't count.
They be miserable. And my whole thing is like, we're not gonna act like women don't be false advertisement. Like we be false advertisement. Like, you know, we say is this, and then once like each said, I mean Ishmael, my bad, I probably messed that up too, but once we get comfortable, it's just be like, oh, we got the nigga now, so yeah.
Maybe y'all like that.
I'm not like this, but niggas who this is their experience.
3 at minimum, and that's with kids and full-time job at minimum.
Fuck that. I need that shit 4 times a week. It's 7 days out of week.
We gonna get it in. Damn 2. The hell? 2.
Like I said it before, if he needed that bad, I'm gonna lift this leg up. Okay.
Yeah, but you gotta enjoy it though. I don't want you just lifting a leg up and you don't enjoy it. Like
you can get that lazy sex until I get that energy.
I'm not trying to attack right now, but Roderick still didn't answer the question. She is still over there not answering the question. She stepped in to tell them that y'all gonna be the guys that y'all don't like. I say, but I'm not gonna answer the question. Now I'm finna go back to being quiet. I don't like this. I want her to say something. You don't get to do that and just get quiet.
Crazy. I don't want that. You can keep it.
Man, she can lift that leg up.
No, I need some interaction.
What y'all think about this though? Like, do you think this is right? That this is actually a real conversation?
I think it's sad, honestly.
I think it should be a conversation that should be had when you do get in a relationship. Yes.
No, but even the fact that this has to be negotiated, and all women know men want from that woman.
I feel like
as often as possible, and I think y'all even know 2 days isn't cutting it for the majority of men. And I'm just asking, the fact that this is a conversation, what do y'all think now that you the one have to deal with it on the other side in the ideology? What you think?
I feel like it's sad. Like I said, like honestly, I feel like when you get with a man, like it services like Coach Tay. You know, you got to do some razzle dazzle and spice it up. Like you got to give that man a couple different people, different times a month. Like you got to get spicy. So.
Oh well.
I don't know.
But to him's point, like a lot of my clients are married and in relationships. So it's not the single people out here. The problem is, I think we get comfortable, and I like that's the premise. Like we just get too comfortable with being with that person and not giving it up. Like whatever it is that changed, that's different for everyone. But at the end of the day, it's a part of your duty. So that's something that needs to be an expectation that's set. And it just sounds like that these men's needs aren't being met. That's what it's giving.
That's crazy.
But I feel like from like the woman's standpoint too, like oh, I'm a nigga.
Yeah, there's no woman's standpoint.
We think about the ideology, and if you were subject to the behavior, like what would be your responses? how would you feel about being subject to or being relegated to that? Like Oregon Trail.
I gotta shake her down. We gotta figure it out because this is crazy.
Yeah, we're not.
I would try to figure out what the problem is because I know that life be life, and right, I wouldn't automatically think that she's doing this on purpose and rationing me on purpose like she has me on some kind of type deal, right? So I would try and figure out what the problem is and then try and alleviate the problem or help her to alleviate her own problem.
Except for this, we did the math with no context. The question was asked, how often do women want to have sex weekly? And y'all said this low number, right? So it wasn't even about something wrong. The number that y'all settled on was already low, Callie, you see? So it's not even like no wrong shit. Even 2 days a week, if he have access when he's single to at least 2 women, based on the math, we knew it was at the very least 6 days a week. You see? So it's not even about.
I thought it was the average.
Yeah,
because the average was what, 3, right? You see?
It was 3.
Yeah, but Callie, you see what I'm saying? It's not that something's wrong. You guys are already settling on a number that you know isn't palatable for him.
Let me change my number. Because that's
you can't change your number. You can't change your number. Your number is your number, because in an actual marriage where I have to be with you for life, you're gonna go back to that number. I don't care how bad you think you can like World of Warcraft your mind into fighting into being in that number. You're not gonna stay in that number. Your number is going to go back to that 3. People go back to what they're comfortable with doing. That's a special kind of person who's perfectly fine with staying at an uncomfortable position. You're going to go back to your comfortable number. Sorry, I'm not going to make you. That's what it is.
It's not like he did nothing wrong. She just thinks
that's based off of a 30-year-old woman. A 40-year-old woman, my sex drive is up here. He can get about twice a day.
Ain't nobody talking about no 40-year-old poontang, okay? Ain't nobody talking about that. Don't change the conversation. They're changing the conversation.
This is what I'm saying. And
Stop the cap.
No,
stop the cap.
We still
stop the cap.
As Jason, right? As Jason, these women got to stop the false advertisement.
Like I said,
if
thank you, Jason.
Ain't no star in the goddamn bedroom. Please don't.
Well, I ain't gonna say all that.
You are, because I'm gonna be expecting it when we hit that bed, and if you ain't giving it the way I want you to, I'm gonna be highly upset. You done been talking all this, sending all these pictures, all these videos, talking about what you gonna do, and then here we are. You got me right. We in this monogamous whatever. Now I only get it twice or 3 times a week when I expect 6. False advertisement.
Yeah, but technically, Jalen, because I think that's her real name, you already said that you're going to become a simp. So that don't mean anything. Big screen. You have to just accept it. She has to accept it if she was a guy. But this conversation made me so upset because then nobody pressed Roderick up there. I had a friend named Broderick when I was in middle school. He was really good at basketball. And he actually wore those Starberry shoes. What is it called? You know, that basketball player, the shoes with that star on the side or whatever. This made me so upset that in the beginning, Sean and Jason, Jalen, I'll just use their man names that they got. Sean and Jason, they were both saying the honest truth. Hey, yo, if you think I'm about to deal with these numbers 2 a week, yeah. Hey, yo, man, you gonna fix it when we gonna get somebody else. That's actually the truth right there. They were speaking the truth. And then everyone let Roderick, aka my friend while I was in middle school, they allowed him to shake them off their square. Don't shake off your square. Technically, Sean never shaked off her square. She actually said that, hey, yo, we gonna figure this out. She kind of stayed on her square until her and Lex both kept saying that, yeah, but we're married. I'm gonna take it more serious. No, I'm not. You wanted to get married. Nah, I'm not. I'm not taking that more serious. You're crazy. My dingus. Don't shake or don't do any of these things because it's a relationship or marriage. It's gonna be both of them. God damn it. You gonna spread them legs. That's what it really is. The other thing people don't want to say is this. Don't nobody want to get with some lady who's all right with Ishmael say, oh, I'm gonna lift this leg. You're gonna be like a fish. You think a guy want a lady to sit there like a fish? You know, look there like a doll just laying there saying, you like that? Like, don't nobody wants that. That actually blew my mind how she said that, and then Jason became a simp. She became an ultra simp that fast. That was wild. Nobody wanted to answer y'all. They let those two answer the question honestly, and then thought that they could check them. And then Broderick, my friend Broderick, then Roderick over here never answered the question. She never answered. She just stayed over there quietly looking at the walls in her house. If this wasn't like a psychological panel, I don't know what it was.
Oh, you ain't know what that was? Oh, that doo-doo, man.